I feel like, honestly, you know, the Azir is a really strong pick, but overall, the cohesiveness of the comp from T1 feels really good. I think, for me, the Lucian really needs to get going from to have an impact, because if you start to fall behind, I mean, it's so hard to function in the 5v5.
That seems like my League of Legends experience. I don't know what time it is in the Rift, as we've stopped at 5:57, but look, we'll look on the minimap for you. Dragon's up at the very least. 6:30 is now where we're at, as AL are bringing Tarzan to top. This is a gank attempt, but KAL needs to get the permafrost and down on the carry with a flash out with the pillar slow. Carry in trouble, but now the new target onto Guma. He flashes, but he's chomped down. No AD to work with, and a first blood granted over to Hope.
Yeah, I feel like the pillar not ideal from Tarzan, a little late to catch carry out, but no cleanse on Guma means even with the flash, the follow-up is there, able to pick up that kill. The trade-off, though, is that Oner will take the Dragon on the bottom side of the map.
A little bit greedy by the T1 bot lane here, as Keria is looking for Trundle.
Behind him, slowing down.
He's gone for a mano-a-mano here at the red buff.
It might actually slow down the red buff completely. There's no Wukong. While Dragon's being done, Guma's walking up.
Big mistakes some pro players like to have. They really like to walk their objectives fast, but you gotta check those bushes, clear those pink wards, otherwise they stay around for so long and just provide so much information. Look at Keria. They see so much from this pink ward. I don't know who put it, but that guy is the MVP.
Did Tarzan do it as he went deep for the red buff?
I assume so. He was the one who was closest.
Oi!
Look at that pink ward value.
It's huge.
Is Keria gonna see it? Nah, he's going back.
Oh my lord. Okay, that's going to be there for another couple of minutes. Grub
like
also taken.
Oh, Garen ulting.
I don't think there's a kill onto Flandre here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but need to work early. A little bit rubbish as Flandre at half HP. The damage does matter, but Flandre stays safe. And again, it should be Hope who gets there first with his escalation, as Ghost is going to be popped by Carrier. He wants to swap around for heal. His flash is also unavailable. Hope is going to get pushed in here, and in 1 minute 50, but there's the engage. Magnet Storm, a double stun. Hope in trouble, but they turn on to Guma. The Lucian Bomb is just so strong, and even though Carrier hits everything, it's another kill to Hope. Stunned up again. Hope is kiting back. KAL in the way, and Carrier doesn't have a flash to get nearby. The remount flashed away. Another kill on the cards. Close. The Shattering Strike blocked, and a damage dealer is Hope now as great ulti. Flandre flashes away and bursts down two. Tarzan clubs him to death. The king of the jungle for a double.
Huge team fight wins for AL on both sides of the map. The double kill for the bot lane, and then the double kill for the top side. AL coming up big on both sides. This would be second Dragon for T1.
Yeah, this is a Dragon you for sure give as AL. You can look around a little bit. First of all, your Lucian is on bot, split away from your team, so really hard for him to regain. But also fake your TP down that, and combined with the fact that Doran had to TP up earlier, because KAL stopped his base.
You know, Hope having 3 kills, 1,300 gold lead, gives gold in such good places on top of that.
It really highlights, as we have a maybe gank for by KAL. I want to talk about Flandre, but now they're looking at Faker.
Shanks just has the ulti to lay her down, and I don't even know if he needs it. Faker knows he's dead, and in the end, it's sent out by Shanks, doubled up by KAL. To stop all this time wasting, Shanks will get a kill as well. 6-0 early game. Almost a 5k gold lead. What is happening? Flandre now caught out, but it's not him. It's Doran who ran in. The item maker's taken down again, and this early game is a stomp.
And AL can do no wrong. Flandre consistently baiting in Doran, playing with his range. Doran thought he had an angle there to try to get something, knowing Flandre had no flash, but in the end, didn't have enough damage, didn't have those items he needed, and now Tarzan, along with his tower, with those 3 grubs, just demolishes it, chomps it down, and gets that massive gold influx that are really going to snowball AL in this game.
Curtain call's going to come through. The sidestep was great at the start from the Deadly Flourish. Number 2. Number 3 doesn't connect. Tarzan, the slow on 4 would be big, but he ultis straight away onto Carrier, who's got Shank beside him and just ordering down. Carrier thought, yeah, we'll get him eventually, but Shank's just walked up, ordered him, and T1 are so dizzy.
Every play you want to go for to get back into this game, it ends up backfiring. It's getting worse and worse. 6,000 gold lead now. AL firmly in control. Oner trying to get a Raptor camp. We'll see if he pays for this. I think a Wukong should be able to disengage, but it's a small consolation prize. I say that.
He jumped in, and he's going to clone out, luckily, as stun in mid. Faker doing the burst onto Hope. No support there from KAL, but the culling's going to come out. The burst is now down the queue eventually. It's a shutdown, but Faker's about to be stunned up. One more auto, the bear in the way. Faker okay. All right, first kill for T1. Finally, something works out.
Massive comeback there from Faker. Great look onto Hope. He saw that Brown was looking at Oner and he insta-capitalized, knowing he was too far to go for the WE to kind of defend him. Finds maybe just a chunk, but then he sees he can go for the kill. Really good look from Faker, and really crucial to keep T1 into this game to any degree at all.
As he and his jungler are also way ahead of the curve up there.
Yeah, AG.AL is just reopening on the map now with all those items, but Faker looks for the TP here. They're trying to look on Shanks.
Flank might mean everything to T1 right before the Dragon if they can get Shanks. Well, they got his ulti. That's a start. Faker, though, no flash available to chase this up, but the Emperor's Divide is now down. Herald will open up mid for a counterplay for AL.
And with the Herald coming in, that should take that tower. Really good move from Shanks to disengage. They're looking for a bit more here, but I think they should be able to take the Herald down.
Smart in the end. Okay. Still gold play for AL.
Super hard to find a way in. You know, the vision's been choked out already. You're face checking into a team with so much damage. I think it's just not contestable.
Andre, between worlds onto Faker. He stepped up to the wave. His flash is not available, remember. He's got Tibbers. He'll drop it on Flandre's head, but the layering for Kale is gorgeous. Hope walks in. He'll take kill number 4, and with that bot turret will go as well. Sequence of play is so clean, and anyone's legend are not slowing down. They're keeping the pace going as Kerry has to crash down. Ono's like, yeah, I'll look for an angle, but where is it? What's he going to find? No one but Tarzan running right into his mind. There's Shanks, a level 13 Azir, chasing, ready with the ulti up. The Cyclone is going to find nothing, but a flash comes through. Subjugation in the end, but autoed to death again. Shanks might even have another target if Carrier doesn't step back. AL are going to keep stepping in.
I think just giving up the Dragon would have been fine, potentially playing towards maybe top T1 or just pushing those waves out regardless. But instead, like, you don't actually contest the Dragon and you give up so much just from being in the vicinity.
The thing is, if you have bot lane push like AL has now, you can just pull the Atakan towards the bot lane. You see Hope trying to pull it down. Maybe we're not seeing the Atakan taken just yet as TP is being
It's
committed.
a TP flank. Ona's going to reposition, but his ultis lay it up. Cyclone comes through finally. AL split up, but the culling is laying into Ona. Well, he tries to find Kael. He gets out with a sliver, and Shanks in backline gets Tippers. And meanwhile, Grimmer trying to him with a flash. Shanks keeps him in place, puts him in a choke. Kael's low, and T1 are doing better than you'd expect, but then Flandre and Tarzan start meeting their makers. It's Faker dropping for a triple. The Trundle unleashed the Troll King, the Jungle King. AL take another.
T1 think they've found an advantage, but AL too strong. Tarzan too far ahead, and he cleans up T1 and their chances in this game.
Scary. I feel like T1 played that fight so well.
That was pretty positive because Ona ends up going in a different direction to kind of juke them out. And then I think what was played really well was Boomer and Kerry. Oh, not going to get a steal.
Not going to, because it's just another kill, isn't it? Chasing down Doran. What has he been able to do this game? Flandre's had his number in all the lane, and then Tarzan has just been everywhere. Like,
yeah, I think for sure. I think he takes damage, by the way. Tarzan, I think T1 can actually kill him.
I think he'll die, right?
Yeah.
And it's time now.
Is AL going to try and end with Doran in 25-second death time? I mean, this is such a one-sided game. We came in hyping up this MSI rematch, but game 1 has been crazily one-sided. One of AL's most dominant games I've seen in the past 2 months.
And maybe get one crucial spike that will allow you to make one pick. That's all you really have right now. That quick one shot into back out.
But it does seem like a cope angle, I think. But you're right.
Yeah, I mean, this game, you need a lot of cope. And I think you need a series of mistakes from AL. Like, one mistake will start.
Inhibitor goes down, goes from Carrier, thinks about an engage off it, but not much. Pulled up. Flandre pokes from over the wall. There's Faker flashing onto Hope. Deadly Flourish as well. They've found an angle. Owner into the back line is great, but look at what Flandre just did. He blew your world wide open. And T1, that was the best you could do in game 1 as Faker's now caught between a weird bunny and a bear. Which toy looks better here? As yes, AL are chunked, but that was the best fight that T1 could come up with.
Faker looking at TP out, should be able to get away, and I mean, they get a shutdown off the back of that, but I think AL will just head over to the Baron. T1's so far away, not going to be able to contest. And I mean, honestly, considering the difference in terms of gold, that still didn't go too badly for T1, but it's still going to result in the Baron for AL, so not something they can view too positively.
T1 at LPL's fathers.
This game's not looking too hot.
It would be crazy if AL helped break the curse. This team that came out of nowhere, left field, as the #1 seed representative. AL are looking for the final fight of this game. It's between worlds again. In goes Shanks and sends Faker back. He's godlike as AL, again, they're getting low. It looks nice. You're like, yeah, it's so much better than the rest of the fights, even as Goober gets another return on investment. But Trundle just walks in and Tarzan wants him for a few. Jungle diff, mid diff, map diff, team diff. T1 not used to this, but AL sunk in game one, locked in, and the LPL has blasted this series open in the EWC semi-final.
Convincing start to this series from AL. Felt like T1 never really got started in this one, and you know, it's only a best of 3, so they need to get things going quickly to answer back.
I think it's some, I don't know the build of the Q name, but yeah, with that Q and together with that W, you can lock down the Rumble inside the cage, and he really struggles to get out of it if he doesn't have flash.
Yeah, indeed. Tarzan's going to move in, though. Maybe off the back end for a steal. He's stacking up Q, getting close, all in. No, Owner gets it, but the knockup comes through anyway. No Impale yet, but the Hero's entrance is going to manage a way in for Shank. Seismic Shot doesn't work out against wall. Tarzan is in a 1v2 over that wall. We look at the fight on the right as Tarzan flashes in a 1v2, and he wins out. Meanwhile, top lane's dead. IL converts on one position, and LPL once again is Jayoing through a second game. A second kill down at that as Carrier runs for his life. There's no flash again on Flandre, so Carrier's going to buy as much time as possible, but as the Ghouls are sent out, the mini pandas, all it takes is one more hit. Carrier's been aggroed up, so it's a kill eventually. And AL, it will be 3. No, make it 4 because Faker's now caught out as well on mid-wave. His flash is available, but he's trying to walk it out, get the move speed, which will succeed. But AL's early game only mitigated by the fact that Hope is now flashed.
Obviously, the objective was already gone, but the kills go over to AL, and once again, they're coming into this part of the game with a bit of a lead. 1,000 gold in favor of AL right now. Void Grubs does get picked over, does get taken over by T1 though, so Dragon in pocket and 3 Void Grubs is a positive for them.
I feel like Grubs against Yorick is nice, especially when Finn, you were just talking about how it is so cool to start.
You know, one nice thing this game is you do have the spellbook, so you can pick up that cleanse at some point and use that as a tool just to, at least in one team fight, evade the threat, but otherwise definitely a little bit dangerous for Carrier.
I'm looking for a play here.
Flandre did flash away at the start of it, but KAO's covering really nicely, and the Maiden's out as well. Look at the healing, even after the Impale. I think Flandre might be cheering because he won't die with his wife by his side. KAO trying to buy time, and all he needs is to pulverize the pop away, and again, the wife keeps hitting. I see the meow in my eyes, and I see the meow in my ears, but T1, they're not going to step any far closer because they know that Flandre will pop him again.
Great read by KAL there. AL seeing the dragon being there. KAL is like...
On a ward. KAL has flashed as well, and Owners rejoined the fray. But again, this 2v2 didn't work the first time. It will not work again. Owner over the wall wants to throw a rock, but KAL too far away. There's flashes down, and...
try to get a little bit of lead as Flandre now looks to TP in there. He wants to seal the deal.
Okay, so it started up for AL. As you said, Flandre coming in, puts pressure on T1's back. Carrier looking for an engage angle. Thorin's coming in with Equalizer back up and available, but only level 10 here. Wave getting pushed by AL, thanks to Hope, as AL group up as 5. The Weavers all coming in as well. The poke begins as Faker. Ulti's in, but the center ult lines down as AL are going to take themselves a Bernie hot as Carrier jumps in, but he's a little bit early. The Impale, though, not too bad. But bringing in the Galio, maybe not. Maybe T1 just have to abandon. With the Herald down, though, a flick back brings the fight into its second phase. It's Faker who zones out with Owner getting away with the Sling of Health as Herald's just going to be dropped straight away. A wall around Doran with a shield of Durant. It's a shield of Doran. He will not pass. Guma tagged out. Tarzan zoned away, but the range is immense. AL just keep going forward, and T1 keep losing out.
AL playing around their cooldown so well to get the edge in that fight. Will use the Herald on top of that to get the mid-tier 1, getting everything they want and more from that fight.
And this is the first team from the LPL really showing why they are so respected in the region with great team fighting, really well poised.
Faker did a lot of damage, but it just wasn't enough.
I mean, that's the thing. So much damage done by Faker and Guma, and so many low health bars on AL, which is why it's so clear that AL had to play it to that level to win the team fight, because T1 were pumping damage and they used the health bars as resources.
While mid's getting pushed, Tarzan's like down in front of the tier 3 turret.
Really using Natalia, as we know, like she's so fast on the map and she can really join anywhere action happens. So that's really what you got to do in these stages, Faker. You got to just weave around, when you have some downtime.
Hang on, Cage is up as well, and Doran kept in it for a little bit with the Maiden up. Doran is getting bopped around. Flandre's looking for the solo kill with Flash. It's easy. Bonk him on the head. Flandre digs the grave for Doran.
Finds a solo kill. Nothing Doran can do. Ult doesn't even go off, and now that turret is going to be forfeit as well. This side lane proven to be a problem for T1.
Doran has to come up and TP as well, but Flandre, we're going to begin the Atakan. It's up to T1 to stop it.
Run Otacon is all about the top lane push, but Kayle goes in.
Galio AL have already found off the play. You can see that Shanks is just going to layer on with the equalizer down. T1 might have a chance, but no. Tarzan ulti mitigates it all. Bob back in. Kyle is the only low member, and Flandre zones off Faker. Shanks with the Winds of War. It's a 3-man. Kyle is still low, so there's no follow-up. T1, no. Okay, we've done a bit of damage, but is it enough? With the Weaver's Wall, Faker wants to re-engage, but on the right side, all wrong is Hope. As onto Shanks, they're going to 4-man this while Atakan's going down, but Kerry almost dies. Shanks running away. There's no kill. There's no trade. And at this rate, there is going to be no T1 at EWC.
I don't know if you saw, but if you look at the inventories of AL, everyone is hitting their second item spike.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, T1 is hitting on one components. It's a difficult...
Oh, what a route. What a route. Faker caught up, but for now it's okay. Kyle takes a heavy chunk as well. Pop back in, his ulti there. It's a ruse, it's a bait, and Shanks knows it. Double shielded around. Flandre whopping away. The Scorpion King now dead. No longer the one as 3 members tagged up. 2 on the wind to become lightning. And Faker down in the dirt. The fight is ending. T1 are dying, and anyone's legend are rising to the throne.
Flandre and AL are dancing on T1. Have you seen his movements? The sidesteps on the shoves. That Yorick is a menace. He puts out so much damage in these fights, and they use everything into Kayle, but burning his ult and getting out. It just seems like T1 ran out of gas.
The amount of times AL members have walked out of...
Posturized himself so well around these choke points.
I feel like the problem as well is the value from the center, that healing that keeps coming in is just going to... There's a lot of sustain in the composition of AL. We do have Executioner's Calling on Gumayushi to cut that down a bit, but it means you're doing so much more damage than you would otherwise have to reduce that.
Shanks angle. Quickness though starts to solve onto Tarzan and stop. The Galio ult is stopped, but the Dawning Shadow that line down for AL can only do so much. In a choke, T1 have found something. Kayle gets over the back, but Tarzan's still alive. Takes forever to drive. It's a good shutdown, but how much did they need for Tarzan? T1, the best that they can find. I feel like a broken record because game 1 I was saying that's the best fight they've got, and then again that was the best again.
The immediate TP down bot from Flandre is going to do some damage to the base. Guma's trying to get some damage here on Shanks. Might actually kill him.
He might kill him with a Valkyrie forward as well. Auto attack galore. Guma with the shutdown. There's a big shutdown to T1 before. It's a positive at the end. Apart from this, the fact that Flandre and his mistress are pushing in bot.
Small salvation there for T1 landing that pick onto Shanks, but I love,
but isn't really threatened. Constant Qs and the ult over the team fight. And now T1 starting Baron. This is desperation, but they need to make something happen.
At 5k, it's going down quick though, maybe a chance. T1 going to bring Owner in for the smite. Tarzan gets in, and the steal is not successful. T1, it's their Baron, but is it their game now? Owner's going to die. On the top, you see Doran is followed up by Tarzan, and Flandre bonks down. Teleport coming in. T1, the Baron, may have cost them more than they think.
Galio TPs in from behind there. Shanks is saying, I am here, and I am him, and I'm going to take your base. All of AL are scrambling to get all the buildings. Yorick is going to push top here. Probably won't be the game, man, but all of T1's base shall be shattered.
They'll take this tier 2. Not sure if they'll have time to go further than this, but the TP coming in, though.
They want to continue playing here, or at least one of them wants. It's an Alistar with TP, so that's probably he's going to walk out.
Yeah, respawn timers coming in. They won't get the triple in him for now. The Baron is secured, and I think T1 have to be happy with what they got away with there. The game is in a dire spot still. Oh, Carrier, no.
What can you get? Carrier bopped on. The Alistar flash in. Carrier alive for now. It's a good impale, but Canberra can't go back in. Shanks tanked out. Faker's angle. Not too bad. The equalizer gorgeous too, but Shanks as he goes golden. They're going to need a little bit more. T1 are trying to get themselves in for a fight. Kyle's going to die. It gets sketchy, but as Shanks jumps in, as Tarzan runs in as well, he too gets bopped, but the health bars are so low. Flandre just walking forward because T1 are doing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Stupid, sexy Flandre Flandre just doesn't care. T1, 3 members that low. As Shanks bakes. Flaker over the side. Get the flick back. It's not bad. Shanks still waiting though, patiently in fog of war. He's out. A 4-man. T1 punish anyone's legend.
To get back into the game, AL setting up the map. As you see, Tarzan and KAL are always in proximity, but never on top of each other. KAL gets a little bit chunked. Maybe this is an avenue for T1 to get back some of that vision that AL set up.
Would have been nice if they could get their ult there, Finn, I think. Because KAL without ult would be big, but Faker maybe now going to do it. Separated is Tarzan. All it takes is a shove back, a pick. Tarzan has pulled out the Crescent Guard, but it's turning into an engage. KAL just rips him asunder. Shielded Duran, taken away, but Hope's got the range. Meanwhile, AL are going to fight down here, but Flandre doesn't mind at all. I look at AL, still finding the fight, and T1 so overly ambitious. Faker thought he saw a way back into the game, but anyone's legend turn on a whim. If you want to fight them in the mud, they made the pit.
They thought they had an angle, but AL answered back. They shut down Guma, and with that, they shut down T1's hopes in the tournament.
Inhibitors at the very least, Finn. I think the death timers are too long.
Yeah, and AL is gonna get the revenge from Messiah. They're gonna get the things that was taken from them in the global stage as they look for the base.
It's best served at EWC, isn't it? The MSI rivals of T1 have been silenced, and the title defenders will not return to defend their crown. It's anyone's legend who are coming for that trophy. It's anyone's legend first international grand finals. Anyone's legend, Lila!
What a performance.